Online galleries are a great way to share your images with your clients, as well as let them download the images or purchase them. I thought it'd be really great to go side by side here and show you what a gallery looks like for your client and what it looks like in Sprout Studio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this gallery, and I'm just going to click the Open Gallery button just to let you see what the gallery looks like. So you can scroll through, you can see all of your images, and you can click on them to actually interact with them. So we have a favorites button down here, which when clicked, it'll prompt you to put in your name and your email address. And it'll allow you to save favorites. They can go through and save as many images as they want. So this feature is just disabled on demo mode, but that's how they would do it. They can also share their images to either Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest. And I'll show you how to set that up in Sprout Studio in a second. Your clients also have the option to turn slideshows on. Clicking this button is going to generate a slideshow of all of the images in the online gallery. You can change the transition modes in this as well, and I will show you how to set that up in the back end of the gallery. To get out of this, you just need to scroll down to the bottom and click the X. At any time, if you want to go back, you would just click thumbnails, and it'll bring you back to your thumbnails. One other thing to note is that if you hover over the images, you'll actually have those same buttons right in the top left corner. This is just to quickly favorite images if you're looking at all the thumbnails. Now, to set all that up in Sprout Studio, the first thing you're going to need to do is upload your images. You can do so by clicking the Upload button right here. Once the images are uploaded, you can move them around as you see fit. As you can see, you can actually click and drag them around, or I can multi-click them and move them around that way. Now, to set up some of the settings that we were just talking about, we're going to click this Settings button right up here. I'll go through a few of these. So the visibility is whether or not your gallery is password protected. So that would be your client either has to type in their username and password to get into the gallery, or they can use a gallery access key that you specify right over here. You can choose whether or not your gallery will expire, which can help motivate your clients to go in through the gallery, to download the images, to purchase them, etc. Right down here, we're just going to go right to the bottom section here, because this is where you're going to turn on and off some of the features that I was mentioning before. So the first one is actually the gallery status. So it's whether this is in draft mode or it's live and ready to go out to your clients. The cover style would be the first image that we saw when you got into Sprout Studio. You're going to notice that if I refresh the gallery here, this would be your cover style. So we're using the classic gallery style right here, but you have a number of ones to choose from right over here. And keep in mind, if you're not seeing some, it just depends on which tier you're on. Some are available per tier. The thumbnail type is how the thumbnails actually look in the gallery. So if I'm going to go back into the gallery here, this is what we call masonry view. So masonry view will show everything just in kind of like how you would lay bricks. Whereas we have a few other options here. We have the waterfall view, which is very similar. You'll still see landscape and portrait images, but they'll look like they're cascading down like a waterfall would. The grid mode would be everything shows up in squares and you'll see your images all in a square. The slideshow format is how you would change the transitions. So Ken Burns effect is the default one. That's what gives you the zoom ins, the zoom outs, and makes it look really cool. You also can just do simple, which just goes image to image. It doesn't do anything crazy like that. Or you could just go none, which would disable the slideshow feature entirely. The theme of the gallery is just how the gallery looks. So we're using the light theme now, so everything's nice and white. Whereas if you were using the dark theme here, the whole background would be black. So it would give you a different contrast when you're viewing your images. The watermark section will allow you to actually add a watermark to all of your thumbnails or to the images themselves. This toggle right here, the social toggle, is actually how we set up this little share button here. If you were to toggle off the social toggle, this button would go away. And we also have the file names toggle down here. The file names toggle, when toggled on, will actually show you what the file name is right over here, right above the buttons. So this was how to set up an online gallery, just a quick overview. If you do need more help, you can check out our support site at www.sproutstudiosupport.com to check out a lot more documentation on any questions that you would have while building your gallery. Take care.